Hi there, Shauna with Infinity. Oh, I forgot a nice jewelry set. I had a shower, so I had to take it all off. And it's made from a friend of mine. So if you want to see what it looks like, go to her Facebook page or check out my other videos. I have the necklace set on with the earrings, and this is her card. I'll post her info below. Oh, well, I got them through 3/4. Well, pretty much all of the readings. So that's I forgot. I actually didn't forget. I misplaced it, and I was like running, and then I sat down and I forgot to search for it. So it's nice handmade jewelry. So check it out and see her Facebook page. There's no pressure. You can look into her stuff. So join that or do whatever you need to do there. So this is the last 2 videos for the summer season for me. So in a sense, I'm going into hiding after this. But I will be back in the fall, and I'm going to be starting a YouTube free tarot night. So I will have an info video out over the summer with some of the details on that. So stay tuned to that or look for that in the next while. I'll put that out. Okay. So tonight is the Aquarius female. I'm just going to get on with it because I've got a lot to do here and very little time. So the first card I get, I do 3 cards to go as a general overall to bring in the energies, and we slowly funnel into the intimate part of where this Aquarian female is at. Okay, so I kind of singles and couples, I get what I get, and I just kind of flush it out there, and we'll see what happens. Sometimes it goes to the couples side, sometimes it goes to the singles, and whoever really needs the message. Okay, so the first card, this is interesting. Did the Capricorn yesterday, and it said he was with a Pisces, but for the Aquarius it was the same card on the girl's side, which is play. So the Aquarius female, okay, she's in the mode here. Sorry, I'm gonna move my stuff. For play, she is going to relax and enjoy herself this summer. That is her mode. That's the energy she wants to be in, the energy she's going to put herself in, and what she is up to this summer. So very light and airy with it, and I get yet a sense of focus here. Okay. So the next card for the general energies, right, is temptation. So we may have we may have this Aquarian woman have a sense of direction here, and she wants to go in a sense for play. And we may have some temptation here to stray. No, I mean, that's a loaded gun right there. Stray, when we're talking about, is this relationships, or is this straying from just the play mode to take her away from her goals? And that's the sense I kind of get, is taking her away from her goals, but it might come in the form of some kind of temptation for maybe couples, who knows. Okay, the next card I get is fear. So on top of having an agenda here that we want to get out and play, we may have some temptation here that takes us away from our objective, really, is what I'm getting. And then through all of that, we may have a sense of fear. And I feel like that's connected highly to the temptation. So we might be tempted to do something, but there's a lot of fear wrapped up in this. So let's see where that takes us, because I don't know, that could go anywhere. And then I'll recap in the end here. So I have 4 tarot decks I go from. I have 2 tarot and then 1 romance and 1 love and sex. So I'm going to go through them and slowly make our way into the intimate side. And we start out, the first energy she has here is the King of Wands. So that's a fire sign energy. Okay, so Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius type figure. So we're talking about action oriented people that are quite busy, movers and shakers, right? So we have his focus going forward here. Let's see where it takes us, because he is quite focused. And then we have the Magician. Now, okay, I have to remember that. That's right. So we have a fire sign male, but also this could be the energies of the Aquarian male, right? Taking on that action-oriented role. very much going forward, because we have a sense here with the play. Like I said, there's something here that they're focused on. You know, she's kind of deadlocked on something. There's a goal here, and we're going to play, but we still got our goal in mind, right? What we want to come out with at the end of summer, and maybe a relationship out of this, okay? So we have the Magician looking straight at that action, and the action and the Magician make a good pair. So they're both holding that wand, and they're going to make things happen, okay? So, oh man, the next card we get is the Tower. Now, okay, usually wrapped around this Tower, there's a sense of shock and awe, right? It's usually these are things that come out of the blue. Out of the blue, yes, but may not be in a bad way. We've got the Magician in the fiery energy. I feel like this Aquarian female is moving forward in action, and this is reverberating back and forth. And then the Tower, it's like something comes from all of that action. That's what I'm getting. Instead of like it collapsing on them, it's like the action that is taken here creates a bit of a explosion, but I don't know that that's in a bad way here. But we'll move on. The next card I get is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is yeah, okay, maybe it has to do with this knight, because the Knight of Swords here, right, he's pretty quick, and he's in there trying to get to the core of things, and it seems like he's trying to get to this one here through to some kind of magical action himself, or manifesting something with this Aquarian female, but something gets in the way, okay? Something blows that to smithereens. Now, that's it. That's all I get from that line now. So we've got the Aquarian female in a high mode of action, out of her element, okay? Air is more about thought and planning and all of that. Well, now she's going forward in movement and taking action, okay? So even though she's out of her element, she's got the Magician here. So feeling like we're okay. We're okay with this new movement forward. We're gonna do it. We don't feel like it's hard to do this. We got all our tools and we're moving forward. And through, like I said, through this energy companion here, we got the, you know, the Magician really amps up the quality of the focus here. Because where's it going? Well, it's going into Wonderland here, where we're going to create things that we want. And the Tower, I feel like, is going to be a creation of something that comes forth here that really shocks the Aquarian female. Okay, it's the sense I'm getting. Meanwhile, there is a man here, an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So these are thinkers. They can take quick action. They can be somewhat spontaneous people. And he's kind of trying to make his way in there somehow. So I don't know how that feeds. So we'll go to the next line. That's just the first layer of energies here. And that's what we got. So the second layer, still tarot cards here. We're not into the love yet. First card is Judgment. So this is, in this deck, that call outward. They are trying to call here. I get a feel from this card, because it's going this way, right? All the cards are going in succession on the other side. I feel like the call is her calling to the universe instead of the universe calling to her. Okay, so there's something here. I feel like it has to do with her path forward. Okay, there's something here she is calling out to the universe for, and we got that Magician, so she may be trying to manifest something as well. Okay, now where that energy sits, we have the Five of Wands. There's some kind of a struggle here. So we have it backwards. That's the sense I'm getting. Usually the Judgment is calling out, okay, on the other side of things. We're going to call because she's got struggles and she's not listening to her instinct, that kind of thing. But the universe is going, nope, we're calling. And it may be to manifest people in her life to help her get on her path, okay? That's the sense I'm getting here. We got the universe doing a flipperoo here. Time's running out, and we got to get this person on their path, and there's not many options left here, and she's struggling. Something's going on here. We're fighting with people we shouldn't be fighting with, is the sense I get. Okay, so next we go the Page of Pentacles, and interesting. Page of Pentacles is looking away from the fighting. So that's knowledge forward. Knowledge that she wants to gain, no less. Knowledge that wants to come forward to her. I feel like the universe, they're way over here. They're calling out, and I feel like it's starting to hit, but everybody's going in the wrong direction here. Something is awry. Okay, let me just tune in here because there's something going on here. There's a mix-up here, okay? In all these intuitive energies. Not going to be... I feel like the Aquarius female may have some confusion energies around her, no less. But I feel what's really going on, it's like she's supposed to be on a certain path and she's not going in that direction or anywhere near it. So it's like, you know, I don't know, there's a few movies they made about like twists of fate and stuff where people, they're not supposed to be, they're going off in a direction they're not supposed to be going there. And this is their fate, their life, what is written. And that's the sense I'm getting here. And that's the struggle. Seems to be that there's all these people that are getting the wrong signals. And it's all around this one person, this Aquarius female. Okay, this is interesting. Kind of corresponds. I understand this to a certain degree. Page of Pentacles, basically that knowledge to come forth, but we're looking in the wrong direction. She's back here. Her and the universe are calling, are talking back to each other here. Then there's struggles at their back. And then there's help and offerings coming forward, opportunities, but they're in the wrong direction. It's like we're not seeing it. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is the give and take. And we have someone that wants to give, but they're not in the right spots. This is what's going on. There's missed opportunities here to a high degree that this Aquarius female is on the wrong way. Something screwed on wrong here. I've never had a reading like this before. It's interesting what I'm getting. So the Six of Pentacles is about give and take. And I feel like this is life path. Less about love, more about life and career in general here. But we're going to get into the love side of it. But yeah, something is awry here. There's an offering that wants to come forward to balance things out. But we're struggling and we may miss that opportunity. Basically, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Well, next, now we're into the romance side here. First card we get is the Hierophant. So we may be thinking about marriage, okay? We may be jumping into a marriage, being offered marriage, or just wanting a traditional, stable relationship that, you know, stands the test of time kind of thing, okay? Next card we get is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is doing the dance. Now, I got to explain this to you. You know, those people, they know how to dance and they know their steps and they know their partner's steps and they kind of just do it and their heads off in another land. They're not really into it. They're not even enjoying it to the highest degree. They're just doing what they need to do, spinning in circles, right? So that's kind of like, yeah, it's going, you know, it's going, but nothing exciting and nothing extravagant. In fact, we're kind of zoning out. So this may be kind of like an autopilot card, okay? So there's something about traditional ways of being that is kind of getting dull and boring, okay? Now we have the Sun card come up. These are very, very non-partnership cards in a way. I mean, we've got a marriage card here and we've got couples moving, but the sense, the energy I'm getting here is where there's nothing going on, okay? So if we're in a marriage, we're taking it seriously, but it's kind of get dull and boring, but it's a good marriage no less. We have stability and happiness coming from it, okay? And then the last card we get on love and romance is we even have some intimate moments where we can be tender and caring with each other and soft and all of that, right? So that, I mean, I see that as like, you know, taking her to Paris and having that romantic kind of evening. Now, if we're on the single side, this flips right over. We're looking for traditional love and traditional values, and it's a partner that can share in traditional ways. We're doing the dance, like, you know, meeting the people, going on dates, trying to do that, and nothing's really coming out above the crowd here. And then, yet we are happy and joyous, no less. With or without a partner, I feel like we're happy and joyous to a certain degree. And I feel like this on the single side is more what we're trying to manifest. Okay. Even just a caring, loving relationship. I feel like that is the bottom line here. We're not wanting anything that is not genuine. And that, I think, is the Aquarius females' focus for the summer. We're going to look for genuine. And I'll tell you, we can see from a mile away, because, you know, I think the Aquarian female's been through enough here in the last while to know the difference at this point between someone tugging the cord and someone actually offering something of value. So that is kind of the state she's in. If we're married, we're just kind of, you know, trudging away, may have an opportunity or two to get away and be a little romantical, but then it goes back to the basics. And if we're single, we're dating and going out there, but nothing's really hitting, but we are getting some care and attention. So that counts for something, right? That's making us happy. Okay. But nothing overly, nothing here that's heightened in awareness. Okay. So we get into the sex side of things. Let me change. Now, Six of Wands, that is the card of going out and getting what you want. So on the single side, right, we're kind of looking to a higher degree more into things like we want. Maybe not things that come at us so much, but things that we want to go at. We want to show interest in, right? And then we have the Fool right beside it, and that kind of brings out the idea that, yeah, we're going in a different direction. So for the singles, may have had a situation here. I'm just going to bring it out. We have the Six of Cups, and that's past, thinking about past things. So we're trying to get away from the past, right? Even though it seems like we're walking right into it. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Now, there's a few scenarios that can come from this, okay? We're in a mode where we are going out in a, I'm saying sexual, but in a romantic kind of way, looking for a physical partner. That's that new journey, new beginning in that way. We also have had stuff from the past here that's still lingering to a high degree that we have to deal with some emotions with, because Ten of Swords, we had an ending here that wasn't so great. So, okay, where was I going with this? Yeah, the Six of, yeah, this one's about going out and getting. So if we're on the single side, we're being a little more knowledgeable about what we, go outward to get, because we're not really going to accept, I don't feel, the Aquarius woman is going to accept just what comes at her anymore. Okay. And the Fool is about going out in a different way, in a different direction. Like this woman is, I think, has accepted a lot that's come at her and is now realizing, you know, I don't think I've ever gone out and gotten what I thought I wanted. I've accepted things that have come at me. So this is what she's going in search of. But in the meantime, she's got some healing to do from the past. She's got a little bit of baggage. And not only that, her mind is, you know, kind of on something. So we're really not going to gain any headway in a physical partner unless we get rid of that baggage, right? So, and that's that emotional side here where we actually start, I was going to say bleaching. That's not the right word. Start bleeding that out. You know, crying it out and letting it go. And it seems like there's a path here where she wants to go out and get something. She wants to find something that's of interest and go in that direction instead of accepting things that come at her. And there's some baggage in the past she's going to have to deal with. And I feel like over the summer, she may have to take that time. Maybe she'll be highly sociable, highly butterfly, you know, we're going to be a social butterfly. But as for getting together with anyone, I don't feel, you know, we may have some stuff going on here, but I don't feel the air is really right for that for her from her side of the things emotionally. Not really. She's looking and watching, but when, you know, I feel like it may not be the time that she finds something she likes. There may be a few things that come at her, yes, but I don't know how open she will be to that, because I feel like this here is a symbol of her closing, shutting things down, and just dealing emotionally with the past stuff from the past, getting over that to a degree. We have the 10, so we have the capability here to get through that, and we're going to do that, right? And then that new beginning will be truly new beginning, that we can go forth truly healed and be completely aware wherever we decide to go forward, right? So as I whiz through these are on the horizontal. I'm going to go down on the vertical, and then we break things down a little more on the romance side, okay? Because it's really kind of plain and simple here. It's going to be a low-key summer for the Aquarius. She might get out socially, but romantically, it's going to be pretty low-key, pretty quiet is the sense I get. Okay, so we'll take the first card of each pile, and we'll run it down. So the King of Wands, that was that action-oriented space that she's going to be in, and I feel like that's going to be throughout the summer. She's going to be using that energy, moving and shaking and making things happen as long as she can, right? As long as she takes care to take breaks and stuff like that. Don't let herself get completely decharged, right? We want to keep our, how do you say? Want to keep our wits and our energy up enough, but nonetheless, we're going outward in action. Now, and then we have the Judgment. Look at the Judgment is going right at that action. So here we go. This is what it is. The universe is calling to her to take action. And I'm getting a sense she may not be completely motivated in the ways that they want her to, because that line that this was in, they're calling in a different direction. It's not romance. I feel like this may be career driven. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next card we get is the Hierophant, right? So yeah, that's about traditional things, values, marriage. That's something I think that's on her mind. I feel like it's almost separate. Like this is, you know, going to connect more to this one, which is I want to find someone I can get married to, right? The universe is going, yeah, we got to think less about marriage and more about career here, our life pattern. There's a life pattern that we need to get into, like we're not on the right track. And literally, like these tracks, we're going off on another path, and it's not, yeah, I'm feeling a sense of panic here from the universal energy, sort of like, we got to get back here. We're focusing too much on the romance. We may have had something mishap in the past here that blew her right off track with where she wanted to be career-wise, or took her away from opportunities, or prevented opportunities, or whatever, mixed things up to a degree that it's almost like I get a sense of panic, like it's almost unfixable. But yet we'll see, I guess, over the summer. It's kind of screwed things up. So there's an action-oriented way. The universe is calling out to that. So I feel like if we've had a breakup here, it's universally aspected. We get the hell out of that, because we need to, there's bigger, better things to focus on here. And part of that has nothing to do with these cards. It's all about intuition, instinct, and all of that. So we have to kind of, and I feel like over the summer, the Aquarius female is going to lay pretty low. She's going to abide by that, you know, with or without, you know, what do you say? With will or without will, it doesn't matter. She's going to go in that direction. So again, a sense of wanting to be in a marriage commitment or something that is somewhat sturdy, right? And then going out and her grabbing what she wants instead of accepting what comes forth. So that's interesting. It kind of explains The call there. Yeah, it's definitely, again, it's career or, life-oriented, not in the romance sector. Now, the next side we get is the Magician. Magician is about that manifesting ability. And I feel like the Aquarius female has a high ability for this, though they are not using it in the proper manner they're going. But yeah, we're not using it to the highest degree that we could or should, right? Then we get the Five of Wands, and that's that struggle. We have all these manifesting abilities, but we're not thinking in the right ways about how, we're not incorporating them, period. We're not using it. It's like having, what do you call that? Like a magic wand, and it's just sitting on the table collecting dust. There's, why aren't we using this ability we have? It's there. We need to use it. And that's, I think, frustration from the universe here. Okay. So Five of Swords, the struggle. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is doing the dance. We're just kind of floating along with the breeze and maybe not being driven by the right things. And that's the whole message of the reading, I think, is that we may be going in the wrong or beginning to go in the split into the wrong areas here. Okay. They're going, we have to take love and romance right out of the equation. And then we have to think of our life without that. And we have to start making right decisions in that way. Because these are where the mishaps are coming. There's a love and sex opportunities come forth and blows everything out of the water. We let everything go. So the universe has really isolated her to a degree where we're going to get the focus on the right things this summer. And that's really the sense I get here. We're struggling at this point to make sense of it all, but we're still dancing, we're still moving. So that's a good thing. And then the Fool is eventually will go off in that direction. Now, the Magician's looking one way and they're going another. So we got to keep our eyes peeled here because there's a lot to do with the depths of becoming a deeper person here. We have to dig deeper into who we are and what we want from the universe and the world at large. Yeah, it's very deep. I mean, it's very Aquarian, this reading, but it's deeper. It's beyond relationships, beyond, it's a deeper core of you and your part in this world. Where do we go from here? That's what's going on here. We're missing our, what do you call that? We're missing our turn off, our exit, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to shut. We can't turn around. Traffic's too heavy. We got to keep going if we don't hit the right exit. And that's what they're worried about here. So for some here, there's a degree of going in. I don't feel like it's you're going left and they want you to go right, but I feel like we're veering off in a slow arc here, and we're slowly going away, and it's to a degree where we're not going to be able to get back to where we need to be to fulfill our purpose. Okay. And they're going, we feel this strongly. So, okay. The next card we get is the Tower. So what is going on with that? Okay. When we go to the next card, we get the Page of Pentacles, and that's okay. I'm getting it now. So I was saying there was a weird energy about the Tower here. It's not necessarily all bad. It may be bad because this is our opportunity that our back is to. Okay. Our back is to the opportunity, and that's what we need to catch. If we do not catch it, we will not fulfill our life's purpose. And this can be a drastic thing for the Aquarian female. So this is very intense. Okay. Now, Page of Pentacles has the Sun here. Though we are happy, they're going. Wait a minute here. Okay, and just hold on here. I gotta translate. Okay, so there's a sense here, there's an opportunity coming, okay? We're very happy and feeling happy in our life at this point, probably the happiest that we have been. And we're not realizing, we're overlooking the opportunities, not pinpointing them. to the degree that they need to be seen, okay? And this happiness may, in fact, create the opportunity to miss that chance. That makes any sense, the way I said it. Okay, we end up with the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is going, keep in mind here, we're where our mind is, right? We're thinking about past and baggage, and they're like, it's all good and great and wonderful that we're dealing with that. But while we're dealing with that, all the world is trying to offer, and we're just so overwhelmed with stuff from the past, our baggage, and doing that we miss that opportunity. And that's what I think the Tower is about here. Yeah. So again, I don't feel this is in a love area. I feel like the Page of Pentacles, that's a grounded, solid offer, like a life job, a life, like a move or something, an opportunity here that comes in that is really needed to be taken by the Aquarian female, but she's distracted by other things. She's happy, no less, like I said, maybe then to a point where she's never been this happy, which is distracting in itself. And then, you know, she's looking at the romance side of things, and they're going, that's dead and done and over for the people that are single. We've had a relationship, it's dead and done over. We don't even need to carry that anymore. It's all been dealt with to a certain degree. But we're dragging this and focusing on this in a negative way, and we're missing the opportunity here that life is trying to present. So I said it 3 times. I'm going to move on. Okay, so the last set here, we have that Knight of Swords. That was kind of weird energy coming in here. And then we have the Six of Pentacles right beside him. So there may be a man coming in here, no less, for the singles, right? to try and balance things out. Okay, and then we have, yeah, it was the Moon. And so there, you know what? That's what it is. We have a man coming in here into the picture that is really, we're going to have a short-term relationship here. It's going to feel quite balanced and romantic, but it's going to end, no less. It's not going to be a long-term thing. How long? I'm not too sure. For this summer, when we get to August, the change of the seasons, man, it's not going to be there. So by fall in Canada, that's September, October, okay, it's not going to be there. Or it's going to be in, you know, in the cracking phase where we're going in a different direction. So there's a relationship here that comes, and I feel like that is almost like that it has the ability to do this for her, because yeah, it's like the Page is trying to offer her that opportunity. She's like distracted and thinking about other things, and this is what that other thing is, the relationship, and it's not even something that's going to last. It's almost like it's fatefully put there to distract her from her path, right? I feel like that's kind of what it is. It's like they put a man there to dazzle her, not even long-term, no less, just to get her through the point of phase here where she doesn't take her life path. What is the point of that? I don't understand that. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting here, which is weird. Okay, so I have 4 cards left. No, I don't. Those are the 4 cards that I just read. Okay. Yeah, this is really confusing. But no less, that is the reading for the Aquarius man. I just through that. Seems like there's going to be a relationship for the singles. For the couples, things must be going just okay. You're doing the dance and you're getting through here. We have a scenario of marriage. So there may be people on the verge of marriage, or who've been in the engagement zone and are tipping that to the, you know, marriage side. I don't feel like there's anything that's going to be out of whack here, meaning it's going to go smooth and whatever. Like it's pretty average. But I do get the sense that the Aquarian female is really making herself a priority, and she is going to do whatever it takes to do that. Now, I feel that also goes in the personal area as well. And when she goes outward to get a relationship, I feel like she's going to get one that seems great and wonderful and cozy, but it ends in heartbreak, no less. So, yeah, it seems like a bit of a, I don't know if that's karma, right? Are we having karma here because of that? I don't know. Something like that. But there's a bit of a path here that we're going in the wrong direction. But nonetheless, I'm going to rehash here. First card we get is play. So this is the mode, right? The mode that the Aquarius female is in. She wants to play. She wants to make herself happy. She has a little bit of focus here. There's an end goal, and it may be a relationship here, or just to be pleased within a relationship. I don't think she's wanting to get married or tie herself down. She's just wanting to feel completely balanced in a relationship. Comfortable is the word I'm getting in a relationship. And playing, she's hoping that that's going to bring that about. Okay. Then we have temptation, and that I feel is this relationship coming about. Feel like she's tempted by something that maybe there's a few red flags that come up here, and she ends up taking it on, and then she's proven right. So maybe this is another whack for her file folder where she goes, okay, now I won't do that again. Right? Because I feel like, oh, here we go. I feel like the Aquarian female has gone through the idiot phase. Sorry, but she's gone through the phase where she's had these compulsive liars and people that don't stand up for their word and lie and cheat and steal. And, she's gone through that and tried to actually help that person. Didn't work out. And so she chucked it all. And I feel like that's kind of the baggage that's hanging around, right? Because we're like, how could they do that? Because they felt like they were working with the person, but the person was just totally against them from the beginning, and it just blew their mind, right? How could that be? Why is that? Well, now we get into a position where we're like, oh, well, we're wiser now, but we get tempted again by the same cycle, seems like. We get the same thing. We didn't learn. There was something that we didn't learn, or something we didn't take away, right? So the temptation is basically, we're going to get another round here just to see if you're paying attention. So we had a drastic example in the past here of what we don't want, and now we're getting little teardrops, and we let it fly, and we get in there, and it's like, told you so, kind of your instincts going. We knew there was red flags here. So that's the temptation. Universe just testing you. See if you're going to pass the next level here, and you're not ready. So we have to start over again in the fall is the sense. And then we have some fear along the way here. And I feel like that has to do obviously with the career direction. There's something going on here in the career that we're fearful of, or maybe it's in the love direction, but I don't see that because we have a break in the end there. We indulge because of a soft-sided relationship, meaning my vocabulary, meaning like comes at us in a soft kind of way, and we fall for it. We fall right into it, and then the fear. Where does the fear? I don't feel it's in the relationship, or maybe it is. Or maybe we're fearful to be alone, so we take this in kind of a desperation, but I don't feel like the Aquarius female is in a desperation mode. They're not. They're one of the signs that can actually be by themselves and be quite content without people get away. And relationships as well. They don't have to take what they don't need, but they do get suckered in, and it's because of a higher purpose, right? We're either trying to help that person out, or we feel like we can work it out together. And if one side's not being honest, then you can't really run that. And I feel like that's the path they've been through, right? So highly thinking about play over the summer, making themselves happy in whatever they have to do. I feel like socially they're going to get out there and do communicate and be social and, get out in a social kind of way. And then the temptation comes maybe from that, from some social situations. We get caught up in something that's maybe a few red flags there, but they're compassionate red flags, but we go through it anyway. And then that's a lesson, a loop that we're doing here. Okay. And then the fear. There's something's done out of fear here, but I'm really not getting access to that. I feel like it's in the career sector. We may be bypassing that career opportunity we're supposed to be on out of fear. Some kind of fear here is holding us back. We may be fearing that people are not being honest in the career sector as well. So not believing or having faith in that to come through for them. So that is the reading for the Aquarius female for the summer. Is pretty uneventful. Sorry, guys. I thought I had to have more oomph for it. But we have a relationship coming in, no less. A very compassionate, soft one, but not very long. Knight of Swords is, in and out. He's just basically drops his sword and then stops and then keeps going. So, but nonetheless, something will be learned out of that. And I think that's what it's there for. Just to learn that lesson, because we didn't quite get it the last round. Thought, holy, we didn't get it. For sure we'd get it, but we didn't. So that is the reading for Aquarius. I will be right back to do the males here. So yeah, and then after that I will be out for the summer. But you guys have a great summer and take care, have fun, and be kind. And